The code for the bilingual aphasia test on Android is on GitHub, which is a social coding website where people can get together and share their code and collaborate online. It has a lot of project management tools, which we use for open source projects. There are two repositories which have the code in them. This is the Android code, which runs on the Android. That's basically to take the PDF BAT and give it eyes and ears. And this is the Prime Administrator, which runs on the laptop. And that is to extract the data and to do some data analysis. So that has a whole bunch of open source connections to other projects. Okay, so if we look into the Android one, we can also see this one is written in Java and this one's written primarily in JavaScript, which can be a good tool for you if you're looking for a programmer. On GitHub, you can, it's kind of like the programmer's CV. You can see what languages they program in and whether or not they're used to doing open source projects just by going to their usernames page. Which is actually the most important question really when you're trying to hire a program to work on your, if you're going to adapt the bilingual aphasia test for Android for your code. The programming language doesn't matter as much as the programming behavior. So whether or not they're familiar with all of these tools is more important. So this is the repository. There's a README which tells you a little bit about what it does. There's this, which is where I would start. This is the poster from the project. I already have it downloaded. So this gives you a quick look at the architecture and also some of the results of the project so you can see what it does and how it does it. So let's look quickly at the Android section. So the Android section is extremely simple. This is the home, this home screen. That's basically all of these little colorful buttons of all the subsections of the test, and if you do a different test you would just either change the buttons or change the interface if you wanted to do something else. So each time you click on one of these buttons it launches a video sub-recorder experiment, the video recorder sub-experiment, which basically controls the Android camera, turns on the camera, saves the audio, the file to disk, and let's one second, I have to open a different one. That one saves the files to disk so that nothing is lost, which is really important when you're collecting data. Okay. Sorry, that was the old version. I wanted to show you the input-output of the video recorder. So the video recorder saves as 3GP format, which is a new format for video responses, and the reaction times as an SRT, which is a subtitle file, which you can actually watch with the video or you can read it as plain text. And we're hoping to make it export as a chat file format so that it can be used with the Aphasia Bank or other corpus tools in the Childis suite of tools. Some of the experiments have writing involved, these ones, copying, dictation, etc. So for those experiments we call the take picture sub-experiment, which creates a JPEG of the writing sample. So that's this result here. So that's the Android side. That's the architecture for it. And if you look on GitHub, you can find all the files to adapt it. This is where the source is, and this is where the layouts are and the pictures.